Capricorn, February 2026, and I'm going to tell you, the planetary traffic jam you have here in the second house of finance is right up your alley. Full moon on the 2nd, further casting bright light on this income generating sector of the horoscope from this shared resources sector. No less than 5 planets populate this area of money. You have many opportunities now, but you must be careful that you don't ruin that opportunity by spreading yourself too thinly, because your ideas need to be focused on one thing. However, having said that, if you are looking at, for example, investments, because we see here Mars has a square aspect, a full influence on this investment sector, the creative 5th house, shows us that you may need to diversify in that area. But in terms of work, or what it is you do generally as the primary source of income, try to keep a little bit focused. Throughout the month, as we proceed, you'll notice here on the 7th, Mercury moves out. Then on the 10th and 11th, Venus moves out of here. So that's lessening the pressure on this finance sector and bringing it more into the contractual area. So if you've had ideas on how to make money, this 3rd house contractualizes those ideas. It gives you the opportunity to bind yourself to someone else, to commit to some path of action. And again, having said that, you must keep your eye on Mercury, because later in the month it is going to go retrograde. And that's along with Jupiter, which is retrograde, tells us that some of the plans you have, even though they may be really rock solid, may need a little bit of time to hatch. Other people who are involved in this is the 7th house, may also be, backpedaling on some of the ideas. The big date, I think, this month, as you see in the heading, is the new moon here on the 17th, again, in this second area of income. So some grand new plan is likely to hatch. Again, that new moon moves straight into this 3rd house of communication and formalization. Saturn also moves out of this 3rd house. So Saturn has been constricting you for some time, Capricorn. It's your ruling planet. It does well in the 3rd house, but it can act as a delaying factor. Now it moves out of that area. That's why Mercury, Venus, then the Sun on the 22nd, 21st, moving into this 3rd house, optimizes those opportunities for you. You may still have to wait a while, but I think you'll start to see a hell of a lot more clarity in terms of the negotiation side of your life. And negotiation also covers areas such as your personal life, this 7th house of marriage. This tells us clearly, when you've got a retrograde planet there, that some of the interactions need, a bit of freshening up, a bit of a new perspective, strong discussions. There you see the moon making contact with Jupiter on the 27th, just near the end of the month. And so that's an opportunity for you to bring some goodwill into the relationship, personal or business, and start to make some headway in those areas that have been held up by your ruler over the last couple of years. For now, Saturn will move through this 4th sector for the next couple of years, highlighting the importance of family life, property, real estate, and investments perhaps in that area. There's more on what's happening for you this month. Please do follow the links after you subscribe. That would be a great help to us. There we have a better context of what's going on, because I usually just pick the eye out of what I think are the important transits, but there are more transits there, and Kay has set up the links. Pop on over there. You'll see the dailies, weeklies, monthlies, yearly forecasts available for you to really put together that jigsaw of your life. And what a better way at the beginning of the year, drop me a line if you want a more detailed analysis of your karma, and also importantly the remedial measures that we can employ to bring down some of these tough energies of some of the difficult planets. Looking forward to hearing from you. Take care. I'll see you again here next month. Bye for now.